has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Two 1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And some room to work. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got Bull over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Now, that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. Singletary to get the drive started. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress. Yeah,
we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right in midfield. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We're seeing so far as the defense is certainly coordinating. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Dobbins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 24. 140 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 23. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Jackson. And this one's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Takes it to about the 37. The Ravens at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Pass incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Allen. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Allen now looks to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Make some good calls, offense.
7-7, our score after 1. On 2nd down, a run with Rav'ns. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 157 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over about 50 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On first down, Drake. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. On 3rd down, Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Bills are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On Play action. Allen. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again? That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Room here to run. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his left. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, you know me. Whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Jackson. There's Bateman reeling in the comeback throw. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bills are going to get the football back.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
From the gun, it's Drake. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Allen off the play fake. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. 20, 5, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense. And the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. McKenzie now from his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. McKenzie now from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. Past the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on second down. Jackson, he'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
On play action, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Hilton's first catch, good for a 1st down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's
8 ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try to force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that team needs to get rid of that and get himself clean.
163 yards for him on the ground now. He has been terrific here this afternoon.
Jackson on 1st down.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
Gus Edwards,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To the air, Allen. Airing one out for Crowder. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Allen to throw it.
That's complete to Davis. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give, Singletary right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. They go right back to Singletary. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing now is Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He's succinct in a one-possession game. Every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. This is taken around the 12. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson to Boyle here over the middle. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Five yards remain on 2nd down. Singletary again. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Singletary, they'll go up the middle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll give this to Singletary running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Singletary. Down right around the 25.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll run a draw now with Singletary.
Well, 193 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards.
Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed.
It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
A pressure spot here for Tyler Bass.
This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick here is good. And the Bills are going to get out of here winners. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Bills, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.